Hi folks, it's Max from HighOnAndroid.com, where we get high on Android every day. Anyway, today I wanted to walk you through some of the AOKP ROM control settings, actually in detail, so you know how to customize your UI, change all of this stuff when you install an AOKP ROM, maybe JellyBAM ROM, which also comes with AOKP, or PACMan ROM, which also comes with AOKP ROM control. Anyway, you can follow this video and learn to customize it. Just watch it once, and you'll be a pro in no time. So let me go ahead and walk you through. I'll use my Galaxy S2, but it's going to be the same whether you're using a Galaxy Note 2, Galaxy Nexus, Droid Razr, whatever. So let me go ahead and walk you through. And there are times where if you don't have physical buttons like the Nexus 4, the options might be different versus having the physical buttons here. So let me go ahead and go through general UI here. And the first thing you'll see is custom boot animation. This is the boot animation that shows you during boot. So now that's the actual boot animation. It came with this ROM, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it to a different boot animation that I downloaded. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it to custom. You'll need to download bootanimation.zip for whatever boot animation you're using. You can actually go to AndroidBootAnimation.com. There's a bunch of boot animations you can download. I've downloaded one of them here. So go ahead and choose your boot animation. If you get an error that you don't have a file explorer, go ahead and download ES File Explorer. So you'll see the preview there. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And you can also disable boot animation. But when I reboot, you will be able to see the new boot animation. So there we go. I've got the boot animation in there. The boot animation I actually used was for a larger phone, I think. So some of it didn't fit right away, or if you use a smaller one, it's gonna look a little pixelated. But that's how you can easily change boot animations. I'm running out of battery, so I need to leave that on. And that's the first part about general UI with AOKP. And also custom carrier label. Normally it would display my carrier. It would normally display Sprint or AT&T or T-Mobile, whichever carrier you're using. And also on the lock screen it should say Sprint or T-Mobile. But you can change it to your own carrier. So I changed it to my carrier as an example. So that's nice. And also you can choose notification background, alpha. This is kind of changing the alpha, the transparency of the notification bar. And also notification count. This is kind of neat because if you use Gmail or any of the apps that it supports, you'll be able to see actual number of notifications, and should work with Twitter and also Facebook also. And also status bar slider. This is kind of neat. If you don't have auto, if you do two finger down, there we go. If you don't have auto on there, if it's not on auto, you'll be able to use the status bar to make your screen dimmer or brighter. This is great when you walk into a club. Sometimes the auto function doesn't work well, or you just need to bring it down. Then you can do that easily. Next one, kind of important, is hardware back to kill. This is kind of like if you open an app by an accident, or maybe you don't need to be on it anymore, you can instantly kill it with the back button. Now if you have hardware physical buttons, you'll have that option, but this is where I was going to show you you don't have that option if you have a phone without physical buttons. So another kudos if you have a phone that has physical buttons. And also enable kill all button, recent RAM bar. I highly suggest to leave these on. These are basically recent RAM bar that will show you how much memory you're using. Perhaps you need a little bit more memory. You can kill some apps, so I've got a couple more megabytes there. And also maybe you're gonna run this HD game that takes a lot of memory and your phone's just maybe old for the game, then you can kill all of your apps. That way it clears out of your memory completely manually, and you can play your large AC game quickly and fast. Next, there is UI mode that allows you to kind of combine navbar and status bar if you want to. Sort of a tablet mode, I guess. and I haven't really been able to get this thing working the way I want to. So I don't actually recommend it that much. I just recommend leaving it at phone mode. And also you can enable dual panel. What this will do is make your settings, let me go ahead and kill everything, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it in tablet mode. So this is good if you want to be on landscape mode, and you'll make it into dual screen mode there. So let me go ahead and change this back just for the purposes of this tutorial. And let me go back to system settings, the ROM control, and you'll see that it's back to normal. And also CRT off, this is the off animation, and also you can customize this if you want it vertical or orientation dependent. That's what it was. It can go sideways, or you can do it horizontal. Just little things here, and also 180-degree rotation. That's, you can see it this way, and also 270 I believe is going to the right. See how it's not rotating, but with that enabled it'll be able to rotate to the right. So very nice there, and that's pretty much it for general UI. Now next, let's get into the lock screen menus here. In the lock screen menus you'll see a lot of options here. If you want to change the text color of your lock screen, you can do it right here. Let's change it to slightly that color there, and let's see what color it is now. There you go. So I've got yellow there. And lock screen battery percentage, if you click on the text it will actually tell you what it is. And now when I unlock it, well, it was showing anyways. And also allow lock screen rotation. This will allow you to unlock your phone sideways. There we go. There we go. I thought that was a new feature. No, it just allows you to rotate. And also you can have music controls. If you want to use your volume keys to skip to the next track, go back to the previous track, you can do that. And also volume wake. The music controls are also only active when you actually have a music player running, such as Google Play Music or your favorite music player, Apollo, whatever. And also volume wake allows you to wake your phone with your volume keys. And also allow all widgets. This is really neat. Let me show you with it off. So this is a normal Android 4.2.2. You're gonna go ahead and add some new widgets. You know, maybe you let's say I've actually downloaded this 3D digital watch widget, but I can't use it, which really sucks. But with AOKP ROM Control, you'll be able to enable it because you can. So enable that. And now you will be able to add your favorite widgets that you downloaded from Play Store. Maybe the 3D digital weather clock. Let me see. Let me just enable some of this weather, Fahrenheit, automatic. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my weather widgets. Alright, oops, there we go. Let me just put a random zip number that I know. Alright, San Mateo. Alright, and let me go ahead and click OK. And boom, I've got my weather widget here, which is really nice. So this AOKP ROM Control allows you to add all of your favorite widgets. Now sometimes they might not be resized perfectly, but hey, you can add a lot of different widgets, and also you can move, this is just standard Android 4.2 feature. If you want to move this to your lock screen, then go back here and let's move this. Let's just remove this. Oops. There we go. Alright, and then now when I go to my lock screen, I can look at my favorite weather widget there, which is really nice. And also there is a certain number of limited widgets you can put on the lock screen by default, but by having unlimited widgets on, you'll be able to add as many widgets as you want. Next is a use widget carousel. If you have like more than one widget, let me go ahead and add my Gmail widget here, for example. You can get the kind of animation effect. Let me go ahead and add that. And there you go. See that effect? So it's a different effect. There you go. So that's nice. And long press status. Now this whole lock screen thing, I forgot to mention that you can actually set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different shortcuts. So I've got it to my Gmail. I think this is camera, or actually this is camera. This is Google now. And let me go ahead and set one for you. If you enable the long press status, you'll be able to actually set long press action. So let me go ahead and set camera for this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and go look at the camera again. If it's a long action, I want to do maybe Google Now instead. Alright. And also this icon kind of sucks, so let's go ahead and get custom icon. This is also AOKP ROM control feature, which is really nice. You can get your favorite photo, crop it any way you want. So let's get this photo of me when I just woke up. It's great. And go ahead and make it into an icon, and boom, there you go. And I've got a custom icon there. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you hit save, otherwise it will not work. And go ahead and test it out. I'm gonna go ahead and go there, and that should give me camera there. And let's do the long press here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a long press there, and there I've got Google Now. So this is a great way at 6 times 2. You can do 6 different shortcuts and also add 6 different long presses, which gives you up to 12 different lock screen shortcuts. So you can set it to different applications, all your Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff that you use often. You can use this to customize it. Make sure you hit save, and boom, you have 12 things right there. So very, very useful. That's pretty much the lock screen part. Next up is the power menus. Let me show you the regular power menu. That's just the standard power menu, but if you want to add more features like show torch, screenshot, very useful, show system bar toggles, now you'll be able to turn on the torch very easily, turn it off very easily, and also take screenshots very easily. There you go. And you also got the system status bar controls there, which are kind of still experimental. I'm still playing with that one. And next is navigation bar. As you can see, there is no soft keys on this phone, but you can enable it if you want. You can enable it by adding that. And also on a phone that has soft keys by default, you can go to navigation bar, and you can not show it also, but it will show anyways. But what you can do is change the height. If you want to make it smaller, you can make it as small as possible at 24 dp. But let me show you with this one. This is great. One of the main things you can do is customize your buttons here. So let me go ahead and add new actions here. So you can add up to about 7 different actions. Yeah, 7 is the max. And let's say you want to change this button, you can also add custom icon here. I'm going to change this to all my different applications. Since I've got physical buttons here, I'm going to make use of this real estate and choose custom application. I'm going to put my camera there. If you get a force close, don't worry about it, just try it again. Let's try that again. Oops, I deleted it by accident. Oops. There we go. Let me go ahead and change it to something I like to do. Let's set it to camera. And the second one, custom action here. And let me do one more, and we'll go on here. We'll do Facebook there. So I've got 2 icons there, and also you can set, of course, your custom icons. You can also download icon packs, and then choose it that way. Let me choose the In-N-Out burger here just for fun, and the burger image. So I got the burger Facebook. You can do that for up to 4 more shortcuts, and boom, I can instantly access Facebook there, and my camera using the hamburger button. So you don't have to keep it the home and the other way. You can make use of this if you have hardware buttons and put additional shortcuts there. and also you can change the width and the height if you want to make it a little bit smaller. Maybe make it smaller like this. Oh, actually, let's make it even smaller, like 30 dp, and make the height about 36 dp. There's also navigation widgets. I'm not going to get into that too much, but let's go ahead and look at navigation ring. Alright, let's go into navigation ring. Navigation ring is actually one of my favorite. This kind of gives you a pie control like controls, and basically when you swipe up from the bottom up, you'll be able to get a target Google now. Now with AOKP ROM Control navigation ring, you can add up to 5 different controls here. Let me go ahead and save there. And some of these are broken, so some of the AOKP ROMs, they're broken. So let me go ahead and show you with the one that's working, my Nexus 4. So if you go to the one that's working, you'll be able to set up to 5 different targets. And you'll want to press on the circle there instead of actually doing it. Go ahead and press it there. I'm going to go ahead and set it to some of my favorite apps, such as camera, and I'm going to go ahead and select more applications, Gmail, maybe even my phone. You know, this is a great way to replace the actual dock if you want it. I actually use it like that sometimes, and I'll show you that here. Phone, and let's say your messaging application, set it here. And go ahead and make sure you hit save. And also you can even set long presses if you want. If you set that on and do that, and you'll have additional menu for long press, giving you a total of 10 different targets. So now if I'm in the home screen here, I'll be able to use all of this, and which is really nice. I can go straight to phone, so I no longer need the dock bar. If you get the I'll actually show you here. If you go to the Play Store and download Nova Launcher, which is pretty much exactly same as JellyBAM, but gives you way more options. I highly recommend it. This is my favorite launcher. I just install this all the time. And once that's installed, you'll be able to import all of your stuff. Let me show you my launcher. So that's what it looks like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Nova launcher, and go ahead and import from another launcher. Choose your launcher. Go ahead and it starts, and you'll be able to get, you know, whatever you had on the stock launcher back here. And I love Nova Launcher because you can do this. Go to Nova Actions and choose Toggle Dock here. So now all those nav rings, now you can use it as instead of your dock, and frees up space for more apps for your Nova Launcher. And also you can even, you know, change the grid size of Nova Launcher, which is outside of this tutorial. But let's go ahead and go back to the Galaxy S2, and we'll be able to see this. I think I might have been doing this wrong here. There we go. Now I can set it. There's actually a button here. You just can't see it. You just gotta go like this. And same thing with this one. You can do it. But for the one phone with the buttons, you have to be careful, as if you don't have the navigation bar enabled, it will not work. See, it will not work. So make sure you enable the bar, and if it's, you know, taking up too much space, make it as small as possible. Then you'll be able to make use of the custom shortcuts. See what I'm saying? So that is very nice. Navigation ring, a great way to play and make shortcuts. So that kind of sums up the interface part of AOKP. Next is the toggles here. These are the quick toggles here. There's 3 different ways you can actually set this. The traditional way that it comes with, not the traditional, the tiles way is the latest Android 4.2.2. If you use 2 fingers, you'll see all your shortcuts there, and you can, you know, go to toggle setup and change toggles. Add your favorite toggles here, NFC, torch, whatever, and you can change the order simply by dragging all of this around, and it will actually switch instantly. Let's say you want settings at the top, and boom, settings at the top. So that's how you change the toggles. There's 3 different styles. My favorite is the scrollable, which is kind of the previous ICS and earlier JellyBAM editions, where you can do one finger, it'll show up along with your notifications, and you can scroll kind of faster way. And also traditional is just very similar to scrollable, but it's not scrollable. It's just bam, everything right there. So I do recommend scrollable if you want. And also battery, if you want to change the battery style, you can do it here. My favorite is the circle mod. Kind of shows you how much is actually charging. And battery bar style, center mirrored. Alright, just leave it regular. And you can change the color of your battery bar if you want. Alright, and it will change on the next restart there. Battery bar thickness, if you want to make it thicker. Some of these might not show up until you reboot your screen. Clock, this is kind of nice. You can have a center clock. I find it easier to see. If you want AM, PM, you can add it. Also days of week, small. You know, you can do clock short click actions. You know, clock options it can bring. So, long click actions, double click actions. Let me try custom app here. And if we do the add, let's do the browser. Alright, it might take a while for it to actually work. It will work. Next up is signal. You can also change the indicator style if you want to see the actual whoa. Oh, you know what? I don't have signal on here. Let me show you the Wi-Fi because it's the same thing. Well, kind of the same thing. Alright, demo fail. But because I don't have a SIM card inserted on this one, that's why it won't show you. But you can mess with all of that. Next up, something big is the LED part here. LED, you can add your favorite apps. Let's say Gmail. I usually like to set this. Press this button here. Set it to red if you want to. I'll go ahead and test it, and you'll see that it's red down here. Now, let me make it a little bit longer. I like to actually keep this a little bit longer. I like to keep it like really long and keep it off for really short. Go ahead and test it, and you'll be able to see it. There we go. And for 10 seconds. So that's nice, and you can set it for Facebook, all of your favorite apps for notification if you have new Facebook notifications, tweets, all that good stuff, or Gmail, and some more additional options. Now with a phone like the GTI 93, which does not have LED notifications, you'll have to forego that option as it will not work. And that's the LED. Sound, there's some additional options here. You can mess with this if you wanna, if you're totally into sound. I'm not totally into modifying the sound. This is really fun part right here. You can go ahead and record different notifications. Let's say you want to set a different vibration. You know, maybe you're in a meeting, but you want to be able to know that your girlfriend called you. Then you can have a secret tap. So go ahead and do. Oops, let me record again. So I did a dot, the dot, 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 dot. So I'm gonna type girlfriend, right? And then maybe you have another one for mistress. So I've got dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum, and I've got that as mistress here. And this is really fun. So if you have a bunch of stuff here, let's say I'm gonna go just how to make one. Just make one just for fun. Let's say this is your girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And you can add another field here. Actually, just go ahead and save it. You know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and save it. Alright, and there's a girlfriend there. Go ahead and edit it. Oops, sorry. Go ahead and add set vibration. And boom, you can set your girlfriend vibration there. And you'll be able to hear it. Alright, and you can make one for your mistress. So when your mistress calls you in a meeting, you'll know your mistress called, or your girlfriend. So that is very nice. And you can also set your vibration for just notifications. So I've got my own da vibration for phone ringtone. So this is a great way to make use of vibrations, customize it as the way you want it to. So ROM control allows you to do all of this, and they're adding new features all the time. So kudos to the AOKP team, and even the lock screen widgets. This is something AOKP brought up first with the weather widgets and the clock widgets, and Google kind of copied off it and made that, and AOKP made it better, of course. Anyway, that's AOKP ROM control, kind of the detailed tutorial, and I hope this helps you customize your phone. And yeah, that's about it. But if you like this video, as always, don't forget to hit that like button for me here, subscribe button down there, and if you have AOKP ROM control in your custom ROM, don't forget to customize it, customize the hell out of it. And yeah, and do let me know which part is your favorite of the AOKP ROM control in the comments. And yeah, that's it. And stay high on Android, folks. And yeah, have fun with ROM control. Yo.